Hi, chess fans. Today I'm bringing you what is said by many to be Canada's most famous game. It's from 1939 in the Olympiad in Argentina, and it's Canadian Yanofsky with the white pieces versus Dulanto from Peru with the black pieces. So let's take a look and let's see why it's considered by many to be Canada's most famous game. So you Yanofsky starts off with e4, and we have a French defense. Um, both players starting off trying to get center control. Now there's a nasty pin here, meaning that if black moved this knight, um, black would lose the queen. So got to be careful here. Um, and both sides developing, and now the pin is broken. So this is a nice, kind of defensive move for black. It's developing a piece, and it's also, stopping the pin. Um, Yanofsky takes and gets the bishop out. So now, it seems that both sides are trying to get their pieces developed, which is big priority in the opening of the game. Now, black plays this pawn to c5, and this is very thematic in the French defense to use your c pawn to try to undermine white's center, to attack the center that way. Now, if takes back, then the bishop is defending it. But in the game, Dulanto elected to check first with the queen, and this is a common move. It's still played today. And after white blocks with the c pawn, the queen takes back, and queen is on a decent square here in on c5. Now, if you go next couple of moves, both sides castle, and we're at the point now where I'll consider white is fully developed, meaning that all the minor pieces are out and they're castled, and black is almost developed because there's still one piece left to be developed, and that's the light squared bishop, which sometimes often comes last. Now, in this position, white puts the rook on a semi-open file. It's called semi-open because there's only one pawn left on that file. Black counters with putting his rook on the open file. That means there's no pawns left at all, and a move like that can really make a white player nervous. In this position, my first instinct would be to take the queen, my queen, off this file, because even though the rook can't capture the queen directly, indirectly, and it would just be something that would make me nervous. Now, Yanofsky wasn't nervous. He decided to start attacking, moving the knight to a really nice central square. I mean, knights love to be in the center of the board. They have a lot of extra scope there. And after that move, Dulanto wants to complete his development. So the purpose of this move is going to get this bishop out here, and then black's rooks would be connected, and things would be completed when it comes to the development and ready for the middle game. White decides to trade here, and is interesting taking away this knight on f6 because the knight has a few purposes there, and one of them is to defend this square, which can be key for attacking. So look at this. I mean, Yanofsky is really boldly attacking, and it doesn't matter that his queen is under attack with this rook because it's check. So black can't take the queen right away. So in this position, the next move for black is to move the king away. He doesn't want the free piece. If he takes the free piece, the queen checks, and look at this square attacked by the queen and the knight. So after this move, you've got another check, and just things are really uncomfortable for black, and Dulanto didn't want to go down that line for sure. So what he played instead was this move and thinking to himself, I need to get out of this trouble. Um, Yanofsky plays this move here, of course, threatening checkmate. So now the next move by black is forced because I mean if he doesn't play that move, well, this move isn't forced exactly, but he has to relieve the pressure. So he takes the knight, and now white gets to bring the rook up to e5, attacking the queen. So there's so much pressure now on black, and often, even though the computer doesn't say that this is absolutely winning for white, but often the side that's under a lot of pressure cracks first, and that makes logical sense. So black moves the queen back to c7, keeping an eye on this rook, I guess, and white just calmly moves the bishop out of there. I guess he wants, the option for the queen checking down here. And finally, black gets his last piece developed. Okay, not until move 18. So you can see what kind of pressure he's under. Yanofsky, even though he's attacking, he just decides to trade here. And big reason I think here is because he gets another pawn, and this pawn, it could be important. Depending on how the game went. If I was in a position like this and I was white, I would just be thinking about how valuable this pawn is now. Like if I was to be able to trade rooks and queens, if everything was off the board, I would have an outside passed pawn that would be really hard to deal with. So that was, part of Yanofsky's plan. So next move for black is to, harass that queen, get that queen out of there. Queen's making him nervous. But here's where I guess you might think that this is why it's Canada's most famous game. Uh, Yanofsky uncorks. Rook takes e6. Check. But the pawn here is pinned. So now what we have is a king hunt because this rook is able to slide over. And, Dulanto is up 2 points in this if you add up the value of the pieces. But just look at this. There is a king hunt happening, and when you get to this position here, it's either mate in 1. If the king takes here, it's checkmate in 1 move, because if the king goes here, the queen will come down here, and then it's checkmate, because the king can't move here because of the queen, and this escape square is covered by this pawn. So, seeing, and actually, this is where Dulanto resigns. But even if he plays here, it's still in 2. You have check here and checkmate. So this is, an old game, but a lot can be learned for going over this game. This would be a good game to memorize and show your friends, from start to finish, being able to play through these 30 moves and just show what, possibly, well, Canada's most famous game has been said. So, yeah, what do you think? You can leave a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching.